Alright y'all, so continuing that fall pumpkin season thing we have been going on, I bring you another recipe. We are doing pumpkin spice sugar cookies. For this, we have sugar, we have flour, we have some shortening, we have some ground cinnamon, some baking powder, some ground cloves, ground allspice, ground ginger, ground nutmeg. You could also just, take the measurements and use that amount of pumpkin spice seasoning too if you really want. We also have a can of puree pumpkin. We have some heavy whipping cream. And I got 2 eggs. But before we get to baking, we are on the road to 500 subscribers. So if you haven't already and you want to learn a new recipe every week, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Let's get to baking. Alright y'all, so we're going to start pretty simple here. We got 2 cups of sugar. We also have 1 cup of shortening. Then we also have 1 15-ounce can of pumpkin. Now we're going to go ahead and get these all creamed together. Now we're going to add in 1 cup of our cream. Take in both eggs. We want 2 teaspoons of our baking powder, 2 teaspoons of our nutmeg, 2 teaspoons of our ginger, 1.5 teaspoons of our ground cloves, along with 1.5 teaspoons of our allspice, and 3 tablespoons of cinnamon. So just doing my math off the quick of my head, to replace the ginger, the allspice, the nutmeg, the cloves, and the cinnamon, be about 4 to 5 tablespoons of pumpkin pie spice. Now we're going to go ahead and get this well all blended up. Alright, so now all we got left to do is we're going to add about 4 to 5 cups of flour to this. This really could depend on your elevation and moisture consistency and a bunch of stuff. But we're just going to slowly add flour, about 1 to 2 cups at a time, and mix that up until we get a nice cookie dough consistency that we can roll out really well. Now once you start getting closer to a doughy consistency, don't be afraid to get your hands in it. Alright, so we have about 6.5 to 7 cups of flour mixed in. Like I said, there's a lot of variables. You just want to keep mixing in flour until you can do this and it doesn't stick to your hands. Because a little more flour will get added in along the way as we flour our countertop and our rolling pin and stuff. Now all we gotta do is roll this out, cookie cut it, bake it. Alright y'all, so we're just gonna take a little bit of flour, spread it over our clean countertop, take our rolling pin, roll that in it real quick. Now you don't have to do all this cookie dough at once, right? We're just gonna roll it out and cut it in different sections. We're gonna roll it out to about 1/4 inch thickness. Now I have an assortment of fall cookie cutters here that I'm going to be using today. I just tapped the edge of my cookie cutter in the flour. Let's start with the pumpkin cookie cutter though, because pumpkin spice probably should have some pumpkin cookies. Now you could use whatever cookie cutter you want. You could just take a round glass, a drinking glass, and use that. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It's all going to taste the same. It's just how do you want it to look? You know, maybe get some acorns in there. I got some acorn. Maybe throw a leaf in there or two. And for all our Canadian viewers, maple leaf. Now I have my oven preheated to 375. We're gonna bake these for about 10 minutes. 8 minutes if you want them a little softer, but I'm a fan of a little crispier of a cookie myself, you know. So I'm gonna cook mine for 10 minutes. If you want them a little softer, go for 8. Alright, y'all. Now I just put a small plate together here. But we have our pumpkin spice sugar cookie. Well, our sugar cookie pumpkins. Now you can go ahead and decorate these if you want as well. I'm not going to. But you can decorate these as well if you want. But if you like this recipe, go ahead, hit that like and subscribe button down below. If you want to see anything cooked on this channel, go ahead and leave a comment below. And until next time, keep on cooking on.